Have you ever noticed your pet acting strangely, and then something unexpected happens? A sudden storm, a minor tremor, or even just a surprise visitor? It might seem like a coincidence, but what if it's something more? What if our animal friends have a built-in early warning system, a kind of supernatural instinct that can predict the future? Today, we're diving deep into the incredible world of animals that seem to possess a sixth sense, an ability to detect disasters long before any human or machine can. From dogs and cats to elephants and even fish, the evidence is as fascinating as it is mysterious. So, are these animals truly psychic, or is there a scientific explanation for their incredible foresight? Let's find out. For centuries, stories have been told about animals behaving oddly just before a major disaster. While some might dismiss these as old wives' tales, the sheer volume of accounts from around the world is hard to ignore. It all comes down to their heightened senses. Animals can perceive subtle environmental changes that are completely invisible to us. Think about it. They can sense tiny vibrations in the earth, shifts in atmospheric pressure, changes in the planet's magnetic field, and even low-frequency sounds that travel for miles. While we're busy with our daily lives, completely unaware, they're picking up on nature's secret signals. It's not magic, it's a profound connection to the world around them, a connection we may have lost over time. Let's start with our best friends, dogs. There are countless reports, both ancient and modern, of dogs acting strangely minutes or even hours before an earthquake strikes. In the city of Haicheng, China, in 1975, officials actually ordered an evacuation based on widespread reports of bizarre animal behavior, including dogs barking uncontrollably, refusing to go inside, and digging frantically at the ground. Just hours later, a massive 7.3 magnitude earthquake devastated the city. The early evacuation, prompted in part by these animal warnings, is credited with saving tens of thousands of lives. It's not just earthquakes. Many dog owners will tell you their pet becomes anxious, whines, or hides under the bed long before the first clap of thunder in a storm. They aren't scared of the noise they haven't heard yet. They're reacting to the drop in barometric pressure that our bodies simply don't register. And what about our feline friends? Cats are masters of subtlety, but their pre-disaster behavior is just as remarkable. Known for their independence, when a cat suddenly becomes unusually clingy or, conversely, desperately tries to flee the house, it's often a sign that something is amiss. There are numerous accounts from the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami where witnesses saw cats and other domestic animals heading for higher ground well before the massive wave hit the shore. It's as if they could feel the immense danger approaching from across the sea. Similarly, residents living near volcanoes like Mount Etna in Italy have long observed local cats becoming agitated and fleeing the area days before an eruption. Their sensitive paws might be detecting the microtremors from the magma moving deep beneath the Earth's surface. The phenomenon isn't limited to our household pets. In the wild, the signs are even more dramatic. Take elephants, for example. These gentle giants communicate using infrasound, low-frequency rumbles that are too deep for human ears to hear but can travel for miles through the ground. Before the 2004 tsunami, elephants in coastal regions of Thailand and Sri Lanka were seen trumpeting in alarm and stampeding for the hills. Tourists who were on elephant-back safaris at the time were carried to safety, completely unaware of the impending doom. Their guides later said they had never seen the elephants behave that way. It's believed the elephants heard the earthquake, seismic waves traveling through the earth from its epicenter hundreds of miles away, long before the tsunami was formed. Even the creatures of the sky seem to have this incredible foresight. Birds are highly attuned to changes in air pressure and weather patterns. Days before a major hurricane or typhoon is set to make landfall, ornithologists and birdwatchers have noticed dramatic shifts in behavior. Entire flocks of birds might suddenly change their migration routes to avoid the storm's path. For example, golden-winged warblers, tiny songbirds that weigh less than a pencil, were tracked evacuating their breeding grounds in Tennessee a full 24 hours before a massive tornado system ripped through the area. They flew 900 miles south to the Gulf of Mexico, well out of harm's way, and returned only after the storm had passed. How did they know? Scientists believed they could hear the infrasound generated by the distant storm system, a sound signature of severe weather. Perhaps one of the most legendary and eerie predictors comes from the deep sea. The oarfish, a massive snake-like fish that lives thousands of feet below the surface, is rarely ever seen by humans. However, in Japan, there's an ancient legend that if many oarfish wash ashore, a powerful earthquake is coming. For a long time, this was considered folklore. But in the months leading up to the devastating 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami, around 20 oarfish were found stranded on beaches or caught in fishing nets in Japan, a highly unusual number. While scientists are still debating the connection, the leading theory is that the stress and seismic activity building up in the tectonic plates before a quake release charged particles or generate electromagnetic currents in the water. These changes could be extremely distressing for deep-sea creatures like the oarfish, causing them to flee to the surface in a panicked state, thus giving us a chilling and seemingly accurate warning from the abyss. So, what's the science behind all of this? It's not about being psychic, it's about hypersensitivity. Animals have evolved over millions of years to survive in the wild, and that means being acutely aware of their environment. Scientists propose several explanations. One is the detection of P waves, or primary waves, which are the first and fastest waves generated by an earthquake. They travel through the ground at several miles per second, arriving seconds or minutes before the more destructive S waves, or secondary waves. While humans can't feel these initial P waves, animals with their sensitive paws and bodies certainly can. Another theory points to their ability to detect changes in the Earth's magnetic field or shifts in atmospheric gases, like radon, which can be released from the ground prior to seismic events. They aren't predicting the future. They are simply experiencing the present in a much more detailed way than we are. But is it all just science, or is there something more to it? Some people believe that this is evidence of a collective consciousness in nature, a kind of sixth sense that all creatures once shared. The argument goes that as humans developed technology and built cities, we insulated ourselves from the natural world and allowed this primal instinct to atrophy. We rely on weather apps and seismographs, while animals rely on the earth, the air, and the water. This idea taps into a deeper, more spiritual connection to nature, suggesting that animals retain a wisdom that we have forgotten. Whether you lean towards the scientific or the spiritual, the fact remains. When animals act out of character on a massive scale, it's often a good idea to pay attention. The most powerful evidence often comes from personal stories. Imagine being at home when your calm, quiet dog suddenly starts barking, scratching at the door, and running in circles with a look of sheer panic. You try to calm him down, but nothing works. Then, a few minutes later, your entire house starts to shake violently. Your dog wasn't going crazy. He was trying to warn you. He was trying to save you. These are the moments that turn skeptics into believers. Across the internet, you can find thousands of testimonies from people whose pets gave them a crucial heads up, allowing them to take cover or get to safety just in the nick of time. These stories aren't just anecdotes. They're emotional testaments to the incredible bond we share with our animals and the mysterious ways they look out for us. So, what can we learn from all this? The final message is both simple and profound. Nature is always communicating with us. Animals might just be our most reliable, most sensitive, and most loyal early warning system. In our modern world, it's easy to dismiss these signs, to rationalize their behavior as random or meaningless. But maybe it's time we started listening more closely. The next time your pet acts strangely for no apparent reason, take a moment. Look around. Pay attention. It might be nothing, or it might be the most important message you ever receive. They're not just our companions. They are our connection to a world of unseen signals and unspoken warnings. We just need to learn how to listen. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey into the world of animal premonitions. What do you think? Has your pet ever done something that seemed to predict an event? Let me know your stories in the comments below. I'd love to read them. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more amazing mysteries of the natural world, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.